Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. We're in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades, because during the day, algorithms, day traders are controlling the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms, and I believe the prices that they are moving up or down are the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I always look forward to this time of the day. We have such a great group, so many great contributors, and so thank you all of you for everything that you do for this channel and to make it better and better and better. So thank you so much. Okay, currently the Dow is up 87 points, up 0.28%. The NASDAQ, however, is down 110 points, down 0.78%. And the S&P is down 5 points, down 0.14. So it looks like the NASDAQ is getting the brunt of the down move today. All right, so here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have a few day trades today. I will share those with you as well. After that, there are a lot fewer positions over on the board, and that's because yesterday I made a new policy that, if you're a past student of mine, one-on-one student, or a current student of mine, go ahead and I'll post your positions up on the board. But if not, I'm just going to restrict it to my current and past students, just because there are so many, it took so much time, and I just want to spend a little bit more time teaching or answering questions or looking at stock symbols that you would like to look at. I just think all in all that probably be the best as far as helping people learn how to trade. All right, so we're going to take a look at those, see how those are doing. After that, we are going to talk a little bit about trader psychology, very important skill, most important skill in trading. If you've been trading for a long time, you'll realize that is the case, so I like to discuss it every day. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements when I'm looking to enter a new trade. The first requirement, have to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. That will put you in the best position to have a profitable trade. Doesn't mean it has to be a profitable trade, but it increases your chances dramatically if you're in the company with as many other buyers as possible, which makes sense, right? If you're the only buyer and everyone else is selling, pretty tough to make money to the long side. So you kind of want to flip that on its head, be in the company with as many other buyers as possible. And the way that I try to achieve that is looking for different buy signals, different triggers on multiple time frames. So many different groups are buying at the same time. Requirement number 2, I want to make sure I have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. If I'm willing to risk $100 based upon strong and valid support below me, I want to be able to make 200 or more to the upside based upon strong and likely resistance above me. And then number 3, always take a few minutes before you hit that buy button. Ask yourself, do I really need this position? Do I already have other positions that are highly correlated to this? How much account heat do I have on at the moment? In other words, how much of my total capital do I have at risk? I have a rule that I learned from Steve Burns. I only put 60% of my capital ever at risk in positions. And that's only if I have legitimate entries to do it with. Most of the time I'm way below that. All right, so those are the 3 criteria. I've already gone down through the watch list. I've gone down through Kamal's list of scanner, and I have identified some end of day candidates. As we get closer to the close, I will go through each one. We'll go through with a fine-tooth comb. We'll look for a confluence combination of indicators at multiple time frames. We will look for good risk to reward ratios, and we'll also keep in mind how many positions we have, what other type of positions we have, and if we add another one, is it just going to be another correlated position? All right. So if I do find something at the end of the day, I will go ahead and buy it after the market closes. If you have any questions for me, please feel free. We're going to have some more time at the end of the day because we're not adding as many entries. So if you have any questions regarding anything trading, anything about my strategies, any questions about my strategies, whatever you like, please feel free, put them in there. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at before the close of the day, feel free, put them in the live stream, and put an emoji by it or an asterisk so I know it's time sensitive, and I'll do my very best to get to it before the close. And then if you have any new entries at the end, if you have any new entries or exits for me, please wait till the end of the day so that the market's closed, I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get those all posted correctly. Okay? All right, I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Hang tight, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Lova74 is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate your email and that suggestion yesterday. Brian M is here. Hi all, back to listen in. Good to see you, Brian. Hope you're doing well. Always nice to see you. I know you've been gone for a while, so hope your trading is going well. Captain Johan is here. Mr. Johan, good to see you, sir. Hope you're having a good evening in Hong Kong. Tracy Peterson, good afternoon and all. Hello, Tracy. Looking forward to teaching you and Paxton tonight. Tonight's going to be the first time I've ever taught a duo of people. Tracy and her boyfriend Paxton, longtime friends of mine. They decided they are going to take my one-on-one course, so we are starting tonight, all three of us, at 6:30. CJ Biz, how you doing, CJ Biz? Is 500 to 1,000 enough to start a small account? Well, you're going to run into day trading issues, pattern day trading issues if your account's under 25,000. You would have to trade in a way, because I think it's going to take a couple days after you sell something for it to settle. I mean, it's possible. It's possible now that there are no commissions with most brokers. That certainly. But it would be it would be a little difficult, but yeah, I still think you could do it, but you would have to create a trading plan based around some of the limitations of the smaller account. But I would never tell anyone, no, don't start. But my big concern would be make sure you start with proper trading principles, regardless of the amount. Kamal is here. Hey buddy, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for everything that you do for the channel, Kamal. Dan says, enjoyed almost 2% day trade on Monster today around lunch. Hello, Greg and everyone. Nice going, Dan. Look at you, buddy. 2% on a day trade on a stock like Monster. That's monster. Carlos is here. Hey, buddy, what's happening? Good to see you. Hope you are having a good day. Carlos is a current student of mine and did excellent work in his first lesson. Frank is here. Hello, Mr. Frank. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well, sir. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel as well, Frank. Tim is here. Hello, Mr. Tim. Good to see you. Glad to see Coca-Cola up for Tim today, and look forward to having our Skype call, Tim. We'll talk a little bit about shorting. Lova says, two possible candidates, CRSR. Oh, great. Oh, here we go. Okay, so you have a V1 here, Lova, but Well, I guess this bar is not really larger than 1 ATR. It's pretty close though. See, from here to here is the distance of an ATR. From here to here is a distance of an ATR. I generally don't like to take V1s or V2s up against the day one bar that's larger than 1 ATR. What I see here is that it's 49.53. It's already rejected the 50 RSI. That would be my biggest concern. If it closed over 50, okay. But this bar down concerns me a little bit. And the fact that we already rejected the 50 RSI concerns me above. It's good that we rejected the 50 SMA below. But me personally, I would not take this unless it closed above 50 RSI. Yeah, Planet Fitness, that is on my list today. That is on my list today, love us. So I'll talk about that when we go through the list. But yes, this one is definitely interesting today. Yuvar is here. Hello, Yuvar. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. CTSH is what? Oh, that's Kamal. Okay, not bad. It's a V1. It's a higher low V1 back in the value zone. It rejected the -1 ATR channel, has a V1, closed above the 100. Is this going to keep going up? I have no idea. It's up today, which is good. But you know, if this were me and I were to take this trade, I think I would probably get out of it with the close below the 100, giving you a good risk to reward ratio. I'd like it better if MACD were green. I'd like it better if it moved up into the value zone a little bit, but it is a higher low V1 and rejection of the -1 ATR channel and the 100. So yes, not bad. CAR. I think I have CAR on the list. Yeah, I think that's on the list from the scanner. Bounced off the 100. Looks like a Kamal trade to me. Probably not enough for me the way I trade, but that does certainly look like a Kamal trade. Gary is here. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a good day. I like Kamal's little camping and island motif. SPLK. Okay. Progress. Yesterday I wasn't getting any bars. Now I'm just getting delayed bars. I mean, it's a false breakout to the downside. Possible. Looks like it's possibility of a V1, but I don't like yesterday's big down bar. I don't like that. So for Kamal's type of trading, it might offer a good risk to reward ratio, but you know, I always pay a lot of attention to that day one bar, and it's larger than 1 ATR. It went from above 50, below 50. We haven't been able to get above it, so I'd be careful. Tim wants to look at Merck. Okay, Merck is on my list, Tim. We will be looking at that, so I'm going to skip that one because I have that on the list to go over, but we'll get to that in a bit. ADP. It's a return to value sideways motion. Not much of a washout on this V1. Technically it is a V1, but not much of a washout. And it looks like it's already rejected the 50 RSI. So that is, I'm not super excited about that, to be honest with you, because it did not wash out yesterday's bar by a quarter ATR, and it has already rejected the 50 RSI. It was higher earlier. Now it's 49.79. So if it were me, you know, if I really wanted to buy this, I would buy this if and only if it closed above 50. Okay, well, let's get to my current positions. Start going here. All right, Cinemark Holdings. I did buy this back here on the 10th of February. I bought it at $20.52. Nice V2 here. Trigger of this fractal. The fractal is a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. It's just kind of meandered around. It is up. I bought it at 2052. It's 2126. Well off of its lows today. Earlier, I saw it green. So this one's fine. Earnings are coming up here on the 19th. I'll definitely get out of it before then. But as is right now, I'm glad it's down only a penny and up on the trade. Facebook. All right. So I did buy Facebook yesterday. I bought a half position for two reasons. One, we had the 10-50 EMA crossover. This is a profitable back-tested approach on Facebook. We also triggered a fractal yesterday. A fractal is a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. I bought it here at 273.87. It's down a little bit, 272.57. It's down It's down 0.5% basically, but the price is still above the 10 and the 50. The 10 is still above the 50, and it's holding up relatively well for this day on the NASDAQ. So I will keep this one. PSNL, Johnson, Frank, Gary, and myself. We did buy PSNL. Good setup. False breakout to the downside. V2. I bought it here at 40.45. Yesterday, it went up above the 50 RSI, came back down. What do I do when that happens? I sell half. And good thing I did sell half because it's down 2.73% today, and it was way down earlier. So I'm glad I didn't mess with it. But it's also yesterday it was above the 50 SMA and now today it's below the 50 SMA. So I am going to sell this, but I guess the point I want to make here is the rejection of the 50 RSI. I sold half yesterday, just a little bit under where I bought it. But this morning when it was down here, I was thrilled that I sold half, and rejecting the 50 RSI is a warning sign. That's why I sold half today. It looks like it's going to reject the 50 SMA, which is another warning sign. I will be out of this trade and lock in the loss here. SPY, overnight SPY trade. I buy at the close, sell at the open. I bought it yesterday at 392.30. I sold this morning at 390.43. So that is a loss. I bought at 392.30, sold at 390.43. But this month has been a fantastic month for the overnight SPY trade. But the last few days have been winners, losers, winners, losers. This one has been a loser. I buy this again today. Verizon has been a monster. Just a monster today. I bought a half position. I wish I bought a full position, but that's okay. I'm still very, very happy with it. Myself, Gary, and Quad Racer did buy this yesterday. There's some news that Warren Buffett liked Verizon. That's why we had the big monster move here. But the reason I didn't know that, the reason I bought it was because we have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's the low, deep red MACD bars, rally into some green. We equal and actually came lower than this previous low. Very low MACD bars. This is called the double bottom with the bullish divergence. I still need a trigger. My trigger was that we went under 30, over 30. We went under 30 intraday, over 30. I bought at 54.17. I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 profit targets. It gapped this high though. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them happened right here at the open. So this is monster trade. It's up 5.52%. We are now above the 200-day moving average. If we were to close below the 200, I would go ahead and just get out. But if this closes above the 200, I will keep it, and I will move my stop to the 200 below us, which gives me a good risk to reward ratio on the amount that I have back. But it's up 5.6% today. Pretty good, pretty sweet. So congratulations, Gary, Quad, and myself. Apple. Had some day trades on Apple today. Okay. I'm going to start with the first trade. It'll make it easier. We had a pullback into value, sideways motion, under 50, over 50, rejection of the 50 SMA and a V1. I bought this here at 130.44. Next bar went screaming up. I sold half at 130.49. And then we had the big reversal, which I didn't like, got out at 130.51. So profitable trade in at 130.44, out at 130.51, out at 130.59. 59. right. Then the second trade, I bought here with an under 30, over 30. Deep dip buy, I bought at 129.88. Moved up strongly here. I sold half at 130.31. I sold half at 130.25. Then we had a close below the previous day's low out at 130.10. So those were all profitable. And then the last one, which is actually my first trade of the day, I didn't want to chase this bar, but when it came, it looked like things were changing. There was volume, all sorts of stuff. I didn't chase it. I waited to come back. I bought it right near the 10 and the 5 EMA to give myself a better risk to reward ratio. I bought it 130.61. Didn't do much. I had to sell it here for a loss at 130.25. My stop was a close below halfway of this washout bar. So 2 out of 3 positive. I'm always grateful for that. And it looks like Apple's taking off here at the end of the day. Gary says 6 profit targets for me today. Good pick, Greg. Well, you know, I didn't have anything to do with it. I just saw there was a double bottom with the bullish divergence and there was a trigger with an under 30 over 30. So if I'm not going to take that, I don't know what. Got lucky with Buffett, you know, coming out after the market and telling us that he bought it. But hey, you know, we did what we were supposed to do. Kamal says MCK. Yeah, I like that one. It's the false breakout from this low plus a V1. It's right at 50 RSI though. I would watch that. For me, you know me, if it closes below 50, I would not buy it. I would take that as a bad sign. But that looks fairly decent. Let's look over at the weekly. Weekly's okay. It's pretty neutral. It is in the value zone. Better than being up here, that's for sure. But I would watch that 50 RSI very closely. Jan says, hello, good afternoon, sir. Belated happy birthday. Had a medical emergency. Couldn't be here. Sorry. Oh, I hope you're okay, Jatin. Hope everything is worked out for you. But thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate that. Gary says, Frank, thanks. Didn't realize my kids are home this week from school, so not much time to look. Yep. All right. Yeah, I saw that after the bell and I was like, oh, sweet. Never hurts when Warren Buffett is in a stock that you're looking to buy or that you've bought for sure. All right, let's take a look over here. All right, Johan is still in NVTA from 50.81. V2 here. Moved up, sideways, then down, and then down again today. So this one is down 3.14%. It looks like down on the trade as well. X, Kamal. Kamal bought X 2 days ago at $16.55. It's $18 even. It is down 2.6% today, but Kamal is still nicely up on the trade. Johnson & Johnson. Oh, I don't think anybody's left in Johnson & Johnson. That was from yesterday. All right, so I'm going to take that off. Coca-Cola. Timothy bought Coca-Cola way back here with the bounce off the 200 and the rejection of the 30 RSI. So this is a deep dip buy, 48.52, and up today, up nicely on the trade. I mean, this one's up, you know, for Coca-Cola, doesn't percentage-wise doesn't seem like a lot, but that's like 3.5%. That's a big move on Coca-Cola. So congratulations, Tim. You, I think Kamal is out of this one. I forgot now. I'm trying to think of his Skype message, but maybe not. Maybe not. Kamal bought this at 126. It's 120.84. So it is down 3.64% today. Kamal, maybe you could remind me whether or not, I don't think you got out yesterday, but I'm not sure if you hit your stop loss today. NIO, Morgs is in from $58 with this higher low V2. moved up nicely. Now it's come down. So now it's 57.30, down 3.2. Gary sold February 19th, which is Friday, 57.50 puts for $118 contract. So this has to stay above 57.50 by Friday in order for Gary to make his premium. And right now it's in the money. It's an in the money put because it is lower than 57.50. So hopefully Gary's just doing this for theatrical reasons. Gary likes to have the price come right down to that strike price, so we're all on pins and needles. So I hope that goes up for you, bud. Square. Johan and Jatin bought Square at, let's see, Jatin bought it 245. Johan bought it at 237.67. It's 270, so they're both nicely in the money. But it is down a little bit today, but nicely up on the trade. NVAX, this is Frank's monster trade. He bought here at 135. Look at this huge trade. I mean, it more than doubled. It more than doubled. He sold 90%. I can't remember, somewhere in this area, I believe. And that it has come down, but he's keeping a 10% trailer for the long term. But fantastic trade on that, Frank. And then Light. All right, Gary sold credit spreads expiring February 26th at the 80.75s. It's 92.60. This means the price has to stay above 80 in order for Gary to make his money on the premiums by February 26th. So far, looking good. Is down a little bit today, but well above $80. And Gary bought also intraday stock 88.22. He sold half. And so he's up about $10 on the trade. So excellent. Okay, Kamal stopped out at 18. Oh, all right. Okay, you stopped out at 18. Okay, so you locked in profits. Good. Good, good, good. All right. All right. Let me take a quick look, see what's happening over here. So CNK looks fine at the moment. No changes there. Facebook looks fine. It is down a little bit, but no changes there. PSNL, I will be getting out of PSNL unless we close above the 50 SMA. And the 50 SMA is 39.66. We're at 39.72. So we are above. If it does hold, I will keep. I will keep. So I'll have to watch that one. Verizon, playing with the 200-day. If it holds above the 200-day, I'll keep it. That's the plan. If it rejects the 200-day, I will sell it. And if I keep it, then a close below the 200 will be my trailing stop level. Hey, Frank has a poem for us. Thank you so much, Frank. Let me paste this over here. Don't put your heart in any chart. That's great. Don't put your heart in any chart. Emotions should never ever play a part. Though it's easy to say, keeping feelings at bay is really a trader's better way. Man, that's totally true. Don't get married to a stock. Don't put your heart in it. It's just a trade. It's a speed dating trade. Don't put your heart in any chart. Emotions should never ever play a part. That's true. Though it's easy to say, keeping feelings at bay is really a trader's better way. 100%. And I might add, you know, we're not robots, so we are going to have emotions. But the key is you're human. You're going to have emotions. The key is have your emotions. It's fine. Just don't act on them. That's the difference. You're going to have the feelings. You're going to want to hit that button. You're going to, want to do a lot of things. But if you want to trade correctly and you have a plan in place, Have all the emotions you want, just do not act on them. Gary says, amazing as usual, Frank. I agree. Johan says, awesome, Frank. Thanks. Just what I need today. Oh, that's great. I love to hear that. Yeah, every once in a while, we need to hear something, right? That's awesome, Frank. Frank says, a heartfelt thanks to Dan. Okay. All right. Well, it's the time where we talk a little bit about trader psychology, right? Everybody knows Mark Minervini, very famous trader, market wizard, great educator, author. And, you know, when Mark has a post, I always take a look at it because it's always helpful. And if you haven't subscribed, it's Mark Minervini, at Mark Minervini over on Twitter. But if you haven't subscribed, go over there, read all of his posts. He knows what he's talking about. Let's see, which one should I start with? I'll start with this one. If you find yourself getting underwater quickly or losing trade, it almost always stems from jumping in too fast, too big, and not applying or properly applying progressive exposure. I never trade big unless I'm gaining traction and have profits to finance larger risk, right? Look what he said here, profits to finance larger risk. He's using his profits as his risk. It's a good idea, right? And I never average down. If you don't respect risk, eventually they'll carry you out, by Larry Height, also very famous trader, market wizard. I believe, not 100% sure, but I know he's a great trader. And risk, you know, Steve Burns posted the other day, a trader's job is to blank. And of course, we know what that is. A trader's job is to manage risk. It's all about risk, everybody. So, and if you don't respect risk, they're going to carry you out. In other words, if you're only focused on profits, by default, you are not going to be focused on risk. And if you focus on profits, you're going to get the losses. If you focus on risk and avoiding losses, you'll get the profits. It just works that way. So here we talk about revenge trading. Revenge trading and adding to losers are the fastest way to blow up your account. If you progressively step on the gas when trades are working and apply the brakes when they are not, you trade your largest when you're trading best and the smallest when you're trading worst. Isn't that good? Most people want to do the opposite. When they're in a losing streak, they want to step on the gas, or in other words, they want to average down or have larger positions because they feel like they're due. But think about it. When you're having a drawdown, you are trading poorly, right? You're not trading your best. What Mark is saying here is step on the gas, increase your position size, you know, when the trades are working your way. Right? So, you know, remember in sports, offense and defense. I mean, defense wins championships. Imagine if a team played really good offense, but never defense. It's going to be tough for them to win. And it's the same thing in trading. I like to play offense and defense in my trading, but defense is the most important. So thank you, Mark Minervini. Appreciate that. That was helpful for me to read. And let's just read this one more time. If you don't respect risk, eventually they'll carry you out. And I think Larry Height knows what he's talking about. So thanks, Mark Minervini. Morgs is here, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Jathan says the Dow was already down before the meet, and as soon as the meeting ended, it recovered fully. Simple example of newbies trading on leverage wiped out at first. I agree. I 100% agree. Yeah, looks like SPY went positive on the day. How about that? Wow. Really good. Really, really good. All right, so I'm going to start going down through the potential end of day trades. Let's take a look. Amazon is an interesting one. It caught my eye here. It's not the type of trade that I normally take, in the sense that there's not a V1 or a V2. There is a nice pullback to value. There is 1 day of sideways motion, 2 days of sideways motion. The only reason this caught my eye, well, two things. One, it's up on a day when the NASDAQ's down, showing good relative strength. And yesterday we had a V1 to the downside. Here's the high. Yesterday we went above, closed below. That's a V1 to the downside. That is a negative bearish price action. But if I get a V1 to the downside and the next day it's able to overcome that V1 or that V1 to the downside and go back up, that's why you get this green arrow painted here. So it is under a 520 cross. It went, it is over 50 RSI. It is above all the moving averages. It's in the value zone. If we look at the weekly, it's in the value zone. So it's not extended to the upside up here. Not 100% sure I'm going to consider this, but I do like the fact that it's up on the day. I do like that we had a V1 to the downside that immediately got reversed. And more importantly, I like that we're above all the moving averages and have all that support below it. So that is a potential. All right, Merck. Here you go, Tim. This was on my list. So we went under 30, over 30 today, and we had a V2. Here is day 1, day 2 washes out day 1, day 3 closes above day 1's close. And in addition to that, we have a false breakout to the downside from the previous range. Here's the low. We poked our head down, right back up. It's a tough one. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, what I see on the weekly mainly is I see the resistance of the -1 ATR channel above us. Do you see how we basically went right almost to the penny there and it couldn't go up? I want to see confluences on multiple time frames. So I like the daily with the false breakouts of the downside under 30, over 30, and the V2. It would be nice if it could close over the 10-day EMA, because that has not happened for a long time. If you're under a moving average for a long time and you're finally able to close back above it, that's a good sign. It's showing you something is changing. However, it's a 38.85 RSI. You could use halfway here of yesterday's washout bar as your stop. Or you could use all the way under 30, but that's a long ways from 38 to 30. I think I'm going to pass on this personally because of the 1 ATR channel that we got stuck at on the weekly. Where did that go? TLT. TLT is a potential. We did go under 30, over 30, but right now we're back at 29.33. I would consider buying this if it closes above 30, giving me a good risk to reward ratio. But right now it's 29.33. It would have to close above 30 in order for me to consider this. But it's a possibility. I'll look and see at the end where it closes. Clorox. Okay, so we have some sideways motion here. It is a bullish engulfing bar, meaning that we're lower and higher than yesterday's low and high. Looks like it might be closing above the 5 EMA, which is a good sign based because it has not closed above the 5 days since way back here on January 27th. So closing under the 5 day, closing under the 5 day, finally closing above it is a decent sign. Let's see, did this go under 30 today? Maybe it did. Let's take a look. No, it did not go under 30, but it bounced really close. Let's look at the weekly. Well, the weekly bounced off the -1 ATR channel, so that's at least good. Has enough volume, that's for sure. So we'll keep that as a potential. Home Depot. All right, so look, this looks like it's sideways motion in a V2, doesn't it? But we started over here above the 1 ATR channel. We came into the value zone. We rallied, made a lower high. This is lower than this high. When that happens, I want to see some kind of bottom washed out, like ideally this bottom. You could make the case that this is a bottom here, but it's not a bottom previous to the high. I don't know. This seems chasey to me. It is a V2, under 50, over 50, but it's a little close to the 1 ATR channel, which concerns me, but it also concerns me that we have this previous high here that we haven't been able to get over. And so I think I'm going to let that one go as well. BMY has some nice sideways motion. V2 close over the 200 day. Rejected the 1 ATR channel above, but it does have the support of the 200 below with a good risk to reward ratio. On the weekly, we bounced off the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA, so that's decent. PLNT is Planet Fitness. This is a higher low V2. Bullish engulfing bar above all the moving averages, 722,000 shares traded, so it is enough. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's in the value zone, which is pretty good. It's a little high. It's a little high for me. The volume's not that high yet, but it is bullish engulfing V1 above moving averages, above the 50. MACD is positive. When I look at it, this concerns me here. These highs concern me, and the fact that we're at the 1 ATR channel concerns me. This is the type that I would usually wait to see if I could get a little bit more of a pullback and get a better risk to reward ratio as long as it didn't close below halfway, but we'll consider it. Amgen, boy, you know, there's certain stocks that you think back in your memory, and I have always had a real tough time trading Amgen. So, but let's look at it. We have a V1, we have a close above the 200-day moving average. Looks like we have a 550 200 across. That is called the golden cross. We don't talk about that much, but that's the golden cross. When the 50 SMA closes above the 200 SMA. We have a false breakout to the downside. We have a close over the 200-day moving average, and we have a V1. This one is also potential. But let's look at the weekly. Weekly is right in the value zone. That's pretty good. It is holding the 20 weekly. It's holding the 50 SMA. The 50 RSI. Boy, this is a tough one. This is going to be a tough one. Let me look at my notes here. All right. So first of all, I'm going to let Amazon go because all it really has is the the V1 to the downside that reversed. I like where it is in the value zone. I really, really do. I like that it's up on a down day, but the rest of these have much more defined, entry points than that Amazon, and I need to pare it down anyway. Okay, TLT. Well, this one's easy. It's 29.28. Does it mean I want to buy it? Probably not. Even if we do close above the 30, the close is going to be below the open, which I don't really like that either. If we look over on the weekly, on the weekly we are holding the negative third ATR channel, which is important. But anyway, I'll just put that to the side because at the very least it has a close above 30 RSI. Clorox. Pluses, closing above the 5 EMA, plus bullish engulfing bar, plus I think we bounced right near the 30. 31.27. Weekly, bouncing off the -2 ATR channel, so yeah, that one's still pretty good. BMY, sideways motion, V2. Boy, that's a tough one. I may have to take a look at the week, the monthly. So we went up, sold into, went up, sold into. All right, I'm going to put that one off to the side. Planet Fitness has the V1 to the downside yesterday, right back up with the strong bullish engulfing to the upside. Oh, that's a tough one. I like where it's at in the weekly. Monthly, it's fine. I think I'm going to leave. I think, this is a tough one. False breakout. V1, close above the 200. It has respected the 200 here, 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 here. Only yesterday it didn't respect the 200. We have the 520 cross. I'll tell you what. It's a decent signal. I'm not going to take it just because I've had bad experience with Amgen over the years. I have my own little back test in my mind with Amgen. Very rarely have my trades been positive on Amgen. So I'm going to let that one go based upon that. TLT would have to close above 30. Clorox, pretty dang strong. A little chasey though. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go into the mode I always go into. I like Clorox and I like Planet Fitness. I'm not going to buy both full positions. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy half a position of Clorox. My stop will be a close below halfway of this washout bar here, making the V1. That would be my stop. Right there. Planet Fitness, I will buy half a position, but it's pretty strong. Under 50, over 50. We had the V1 to the downside. We got followed back up. Increased volume for sure. Above all the moving averages. MACD is green. So, all right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a half position of Planet Fitness, and I'm going to buy 1/2 position of Clorox. Oh, never mind. Thank you, Kamal. I didn't see that here. Oh, after the close. I think I'll keep it then. I think I'll play it into. I think I'll play it into the earnings. Thank you, Kamal, so much for that. Appreciate that. That's my bad for not looking, but I didn't see it here on my chart. So good lesson for me to learn and everyone else to learn. Okay. So I'm buying a half position of Clorox, half position of Planet Fitness to play into earnings, but I'll sell it before close. CNK on current positions, I will hold. Facebook doing well, I will hold. SNL, is it holding the 50? It is barely. If it holds it, I'll keep it. Verizon, if it loses that, 200, I'm out. Okay. All right, so that's what I'm going to plan on doing. Morgs says, I purchased your course today. Very excited to get into it this weekend. Oh, fantastic, Morgs. That's great. I hope you like it. I put a lot of work into that and as detailed as I possibly could be. So great. That's fantastic. Let me know what you think, would you? Sunny is here. PLK has earnings tomorrow after hours. Thank you, Sunny. Yeah. Thank you, Kamal and Sunny, for letting me know that. So yeah, I will play it into earnings. Brian says the food sounds delicious. Okay. $39.65. We're still above it. I guess I'll keep it as long as it's still above. Verizon holding that 200, but if it loses the 200, I will get out. All right, so let me go over here. $39.65. We're at $39.68. Okay, I'll just have to keep an eye on that one then. Boy, VIX really collapsed here, didn't it? No big surprise with the Dow with the S&P going green. Hey, Facebook might go green on the day. That's awesome. All right, so let me put up here CLX and PLNT. All right, so we have about 5 minutes. I'm just going to wait to the end to buy my Clorox and my Planet Fitness. I do like that Clorox is closing. Looks like it might close above the 5 EMA. That's great. That's a good sign. We have not closed above that 5 EMA for a long time. Looks like it's going to be increased volume into the close. All right, we have 5 minutes to go. Clorox making a high on the day. Making a high, making a high. Remember now, Clorox and Planet Fitness are only half positions, okay? For me, anyway. TLT still not above 30. PSNL does look like it's going to close above the 50, at least for now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy these right now just because I want to watch that PSNL. So I'm buying half position in Clorox, and I am buying a half position in PLNT. Oh no, that's right. Okay. And it looks like PSNL is going to be okay holding the 50. Oh, Verizon. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be okay over the 200. Why am I buying CLX? Because it bounced near the 30. We have sideways motion. We have a bullish engulfing bar. And probably the best reason for me, besides all of that, which is all good, is that looks like we're going to close above the 5 EMA. It's been a long time since here that we closed above the 5 EMA, and finally it looks like it's closing above. And if you've been under a moving average for a long time and finally can close back over it, doesn't mean it's going to go zooming up, but it is a good sign. It shows that something may be changing with the trend. All right, good. So PSNL did close above. All right. Well, thanks to Verizon for saving the day. Okay. So, let me quickly take a look and see where I bought everything. Overnight SPY trade, I bought at 392.39. PLNT, I bought at 78.79. And CLX, I bought at 187.70. Oh, did TLT close above? Look at that, everybody. It did close above. Darn. I'm not sure I would have bought it with the close being below, though. Oh, well. All right. So SPY, I bought at 392.39. Planet Fitness, which has earnings tomorrow at the close. I will be getting out before earnings. Bought a half position here at 78.79. And then CLX. $187.70. Half position there as well. And Verizon hung in there, right? Yeah, just barely. But if Verizon does close below the 200 tomorrow, I will go ahead and lock in profits, what I have left. So listen, any of my students out there, if you have any new positions today, new entries or exits, please put them in the live stream and I will get them all taken care of. Real quick, before we get to that, just want to remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I teach a 15-hour course, 5 sessions. Each session's 3 hours. It's pretty intensive. I teach you everything I've learned over the last 25 years. I know you're going to be a better trader when you're done with it. I've had some really good traders come out of that course. And so, you know, if you're looking to, you know, look for some guidance, find someone that could teach you how to really trade a plan, then this course might really be good for you. So if you are interested, just send me an email. The email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter. And if you do send me a message, just say, Greg, I'm interested in the one-on-one course. I'll reply and say, great, let's set up a Skype call. Skype call's free. Just want to learn more about you and your trading, your challenges and your goals, and it's a great time for you to ask me anything about the course. All right, and then when we're done, you know, you think about it for a few days, and then if you want to sign up, just email me back and we'll get it scheduled. And then now, which I'm glad, I have an alternative. If you're not able to, you know, financially swing doing the one-on-one course with me, I do have a online course that you can take as well. It's my first online course. It's on the deep dip buy stock trading strategy, which I use all the time. It's one of my favorite ones. It is available on Udemy. It's very inexpensive. I think it's $13 when it's on sale, and it's 10 hours. It's 10 hours of video. You have all the PDFs, and I walk you through it just like I was teaching you in person. So if you're interested in that, the link to the Udemy link for my course is also in the description. Okay. Oh, and then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could just take a moment, hit the thumbs up button before you click on out of here. It does help to build the channel, keep it around, and let YouTube know that there's some good content here. Okay, let's take a look here. Kamal is buying car. Yeah, I thought you might, Kamal. That definitely looks like a Kamal trade to me. CTSH. Yep, those are also on the, all right, good. I like it. Good risk to reward ratio. Oh, and Facebook. Yep, sounds good. I'm glad you're in Facebook with me now. A little lonely in there by myself. All right. Now, Gary is out of PSNL. Out of Light. Okay. half in Clorox. Half in Planet Fitness. Remember, earnings are tomorrow after the bell, so keep that in mind. Oh no, please tell me I'm not having the crash. Yeah, I think I'm having the crash, everybody. Well, okay. I'm just going to write these down then. So Gary, 1/2 PLNT. Dan says thumbs up. Great. Thank you. Kamal, you stopped out. On X, trailing stop, I thought you were out of that. I wasn't sure, Kamal. Could you confirm? Johan is out of NVTA yesterday. All right, so yeah, it crashed on me. But I think I've got everything here. So Gary's in 1/2 PLTR. Kamal is stopped out of U and out of X. Oh, okay, right. I got you into CT, SH, and CAR, and Facebook. And Kamal has a V1 today. Okay. Man alive. Well, there you go. So, while I am starting that back up, oh, I am also out of my Tesla Spirit short. Okay. All right, good, good. Now I can't even look. Was that down today, Kamal? I can't look until I restart this bad boy. Now, I'll tell you what, if you ever do a podcast, the challenging part, for me at least, the most challenging is definitely the technical side of this. If you have technical difficulties during the show. So, 1 second.
Oh, there you are. I'm so sorry.
No, come on in, come in. I'm finishing my podcast.
Oh, man, I'm so sorry.
No, come on in, come on in.
Sorry for letting you know.
No, come on in. Close the door. Anyway, sorry, I just had somebody visit. So, anyway, listen. I don't think I'm going to get the Trade Navigator back up before we can finish the show. So I think we'll just call it here. But real quick, listen, before I let you go, if we all do one random act of kindness today, we might just set the world in the right direction. That's by Martin Kornfeld. So try to go out and do one nice thing for a human today. Try to go out and do one nice thing for an animal today. It'll make the human feel better. It'll make the animal feel better, and it will be good for you, good karma all the way around. And we could have a better world if we did that all. So anyway, sorry about the technical difficulty today, but I have a nice friend of mine from Germany that just stopped by and it looks like brought me a happy birthday balloon. That's great. So thank you all for coming today, everybody. I appreciate it. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow during the last hour of the market. And on the way out here, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. So thanks a lot, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and Forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.